not to get too bogged down on the weeds. The paperwork crime that we're talking about, mark on the wrong box, is a misdemeanor. In the state of New York, the statute of limitations on a misdemeanor is like 2 years. Remember, this happened in 2016. So it's past the statute of limitations for a misdemeanor. What the prosecutor did here is something that's never been attempted before. Is apparently this charge is a misdemeanor, but if the forging of the paperwork was for the purpose of covering up a felony, even if they can't charge you with a felony, but you did the paperwork because of a felony, then they can up the misdemeanor to a felony. The problem with that is I believe the statute of limitations on a felony in New York is like 5 years. So that's also outside the statute of limitations. So all the legal experts that I've seen, even ones on the left, even Democratic legal experts, have said this is probably not going to go anywhere because no matter which way you look at it, it's outside the statute of limitations and they can't bring the charge. So if you ask the question, what are the chances of him being convicted? In my opinion, if it saw the inside of a courtroom, I think the chances are pretty good that he gets convicted because, again, it is New York. Like, that's where it's going to be. He's not going to be able to have the charge transferred to Florida or, somewhere that he won by 20 points during the last election. It's going to be in New York City. And most likely, based on the demographics there, you're going to get a Democratic jury pool. So is there a possibility that he could be convicted if it actually goes to trial? Of course there is, because it's all about the demographics of your jury pool. That being said, I'm not confident, and most people seem to believe that this is never going to see the inside of a courtroom for a jury trial because as defense attorneys, of course, are going to file motions to dismiss and say it's outside the statute of limitations and you can't bring this charge. I've filed those motions numerous times down here in Florida for prosecutors who get overzealous like that. So what do I think ultimately is going to happen? He's going to be perp walked. There's going to be a photograph of him being booked. My guess is the Democrats are going to put that all over their posters. I think Trump's going to put that all over his posters, and they're both just going to use the same mugshot. And one of them's going to say, you don't want to elect this guy, he's been to jail. And the other one's going to go, elect me, I've been to jail. And so you're going to have this weird political dichotomy where everybody's going to be happy that the guy got arrested. And so you're going to have all that political nonsense. And I think ultimately, after a certain while of several motions being filed and things of that nature, this charge is eventually going to end up getting dismissed.